Prince Harry's appearing in court today on the second day of his trial against the publisher of the Daily Mirror.
UK correspondent for CTV News, Danielle Hamamdin, joins us live now. Danielle, the judge was not happy that Prince Harry was a no-show yesterday. Was that addressed at all today?
Well, no, it was not off to a stellar start. The judge had ordered Prince Harry to be present in case the opening speeches ran short, and he expressed, quote, a little surprise that he was not present. His lawyer said, listen, he flew out from Los Angeles Sunday because he had attended his daughter's birthday. His security arrangements are a little trickier than the other witnesses, and so that was yesterday. Today, the focus is on Prince Harry. The stage is set. This is the big event. He is inside the building behind me, and as well behind me, every media organization based in London, of course. This is a major event. He's the first senior royal in more than 130 years to take the stand. And if I may, I just want to read a few excerpts that stood out to me in his witness statement. And just to summarize the case here, for those who have not been paying much attention, Prince Harry alleges that some journalists with tabloids that worked for British tabloids hacked into his voicemail over a period of 15 years, starting at the age of 11. So he says the tabloids, of course, reported on his successes, but they took a, quote, far greater pleasure in knocking me down. I always felt as if the tabloids wanted me single, as if I was much more interesting to them and sold more papers. He said his role in the royal family suited the media, especially when you're, quote, the spare. You're either a playboy prince, the failure, the dropout, or in my case, he says, the thicko, the cheat, the underage drinker. He also said that back in the day, he would recall listening to voicemails for the first time, only they weren't marked as new, and he couldn't understand why. He thought this is a relatively new technology. Perhaps there was a technical glitch. With the benefit of hindsight, he now believes he was hacked into. Delicate and private information that only a select few would know about found them in the papers. And so this is his day in court. He has said that he is going after the British tabloids, reforming the news media, one of his life's missions. He has got the money, he's got the motivation, and this is his day in court.
And on that, Danielle, is it just today, or will the prince continue to testify? And does the judge expect that he will remain there throughout the remaining testimony now?
He is expected here tomorrow as well, but let's see how the day unfolds. It might take longer than expected, but so far that is not the case. I should point out that the hearing will look, and the judge will examine about 31 stories. That's a sample of the 147 that were submitted by Harry and his lawyers. None of the journalists bylined in the stories will appear in court. They were not obliged to, but in the words of Prince Harry, he finds it absolutely appalling that they have chosen not to come here to defend their tactics. He said, their cowardice speaks volumes, and I don't understand how they are allowed to hide.
Okay, Danielle, before we let you go, I got to ask, what was Harry's demeanor like in court? We know that his disdain for the tabloid, the media, is not something he shies away from. Just curious how he delivered those words.
He's very defiant. I mean, he's certainly well prepared for this. He believes that this is his duty. It's also, in his mind, vindication for what happened to his mother. She has been mentioned in this witness statement as well, that her phone was hacked into, and he even mentioned he singled out Piers Morgan, a well-known, a prominent media personality here in the UK. He was the editor-in-chief of the Daily Mirror during part of that time, and Prince Harry said it makes him sick to know that Piers Morgan, he alleges, and others had hacked into his mother's voicemail, this is how he was communicating with his mother at the time. He was at boarding school. There was no text message when you think back to the late 90s.
Yeah, what an extensive history there. Okay, Danielle Hamamdin, live for us in London. Thank you for this.
Thanks, Danielle.